Hey everybody, my name is MarioLeeJoe44, and today I'm going to be starting a Let's Play of Splatoon 2. This is one of my favorite games Nintendo has ever made. I've put way too much time into it, over 500 hours by this point, I believe. And I thought, well, if I'm going to do a Let's Play of something, may as well be this, because I can always come back and play through it again when I actually have a good recording setup. So, to start off, we get to create our character. I'm just going to go with what I usually do. And that's good. You can always change your character's design, which, honestly, I think if you can't in a game, that's something wrong with the game. But, anyways, this game. Starting off, let's go through the tutorial. It's actually a really nice tutorial. First off, it teaches how to aim, uses motion controls, which I personally really like. You can use Y to reset them. Shoot with the ZR button. You move with the stick, of course, the left control stick, of course. You can go in your ink with ZL to swim. And you can use the right control stick to look left and right without having to turn the controller that much. This game's motion controls are actually really nice. Like, even if you hate motion controls normally, I recommend at least trying them out for a couple of games, like a couple matches online, because they're really nice. Of course, people do get motion sick. Like, some people get motion sick sometimes, which is a good reason not to use them, honestly. But they're really, really nice. Stepping enemy does damage you, but it can't kill you. Sub-weapons, you use the R button, but they use a lot of it. You can swim up walls, go faster by mashing B. And the tutorial is just about over. If you see one of these, it's only in single player, but you can super jump. And here we get our first look at Inkopolis Square. As always, we have the news, which can't be skipped for some stupid reason. Regular battle stages, ranked stages, and finally league stages. Now for the interesting part. The Great Zapfish is missing again. Because, you know, repeating the story of the first game always works out well. Except it really does this time, because Nintendo. And Callie, one of the news reporters from the first game, is missing this time. And Pearl is quite indifferent to it. Yes, this. We'll get into this much later. That's all the time they've got. And in case you've been waiting long enough, we're still not done. Welcome to Inkopolis Square, the new nerve center of Inkling culture. that in front of us is Deca Tower. Basically, that's the lobby for online battles, which again, we'll get into that probably much later. We've got the stores, which you can only get those once you've reached a certain level, so again, much later. Back there, the shop is for Salmon Run, which is the online co-op mode, which is actually pretty good. The shoal is for local battles. And finally, the story mode. Oh, right, and that, which we will again be getting into much, much later. If you've got the online subscription or DLC of any kind, well, there's only one DLC. What am I saying? Yeah, you'll get some equipment. Those are actually, like, some of those are actually really nice, but we'll get into that much, much later. First things first, story mode. That's what I'll be covering in the first few episodes at least of the series. The Octarians. Hey, you showed up. As soon as I saw you aimlessly wandering around the square, I knew you were the one. I'm Marie. I know you're probably a bit starstruck, but I need you to get over it. Yes, I'm that Marie. You know, from the Squid Sisters. You've never heard of me? For eel? God, I hate this game's puns sometimes. Well, obviously you aren't very cultured, but you'll have to do. See, I've got a little thing I need some help with. By now you've heard that the great Zapfish that powers Incopolis Square is missing. Well, it's not just missing, it's been squidnapped by the Octarian menace. How do I know this? On the surface I may just look like an absurdly talented pop star. But in truth, I'm Agent 2 of the new Squid Big Splatoon, a secret society of heroes who save the world from Octarians. Now, I've been trying to keep an eye on the Octarians in my downtime, but I'm a busy girl. If only Callie was around to lend a hand. Ahem. I need you to go get the Great Zapdos back from those slimy Octarians. What do you say? Are you in? Ahem. So... I'll take your awkward silence as a yes. Welcome aboard. You are now Agent 4 of the new Squid Big Splatoon. I even bought you a brand new hero suit as a signing bonus. And look at that, it fits like a glove. Not bad for an old hand-me-down. Now, let's go tear those Octarians limb from limb, from... Well, you get the picture. Oh yeah, the entrance to the Octarian realm are invisible, so you'll have to ink them to reveal them. I wouldn't call translucent invisible, but okay. So, the overworlds are, well, this one's pretty small, but they do get somewhat bigger. They're somewhat open, and you just gotta look around for these, which are the entrances to the Octarian layers. Level 1, Return of the Octarians, rescue the Zapfish. So let's just get right into it. Let's go over here. And this first part's basically going over what some of the stuff the tutorial told us. Go over here. That is an Octarian. Now what you're supposed to do here is ink there, and then just come out and shoot them. Now those ones don't take much shots, but they're a lot stronger. Oh, come on, go through the... Going through squid rings will get you fish egg, or power eggs. These guys, you throw a bomb. I said you throw a bomb and distract them, then you can go around and shoot them. You can also break their shield, but that takes way too long with this weapon. Now, you might think to drop down there right away, but before you do that, try taking care of these three, because secret squid rings. The orange boxes contain stuff, but the regular, just wooden ones don't contain anything. They're just there to break. You can use them as shield though, but enemy ink does damage them just like yours. Remember, you can look around R, throw a bomb there, and it should destroy all the crates. Oh yeah, balloons like that will also have power eggs in them, or sometimes other collectible items as well. But green balloons don't, just the orange ones. Orange typically indicates a collectible. You only need to shoot those ones once and they blow up. Now, let's go here. Blow that up, and it reveals 3 enemies but no key. If you ever see these, the game will tell you, obviously, but it means that you need a key to go to continue, or sometimes they just will reflect. That's an enemy. I think that one's an enemy as well. That one's also an enemy, and that one just an enemy. If boxes have tape like this, they're going to be a lot stronger. So they're usually, like, if there's one that looks unusual, that's usually the one that's holding something. You know, typical video game rules. This is armor. It upgrades your, basically gives you another health, like another health bar. There's no actual bar, but it basically doubles your health. Although in this game, if you lose all of your quote-unquote health, you still have, like, you're not dead yet, you just have to wait for your armor to get fixed. And if you collect one of those while your regular armor is broken, it'll actually automatically repair itself, but you won't get the extra armor. This crazy plan might work after. Often the characters will take jabs at you, or just the dialogue is pretty great, but I'm probably not going to read it because I can't focus on too many things at once. Talking and playing is bad enough. This is Sardinium. That's one of the collectibles, but I'll get into more detail on it later. Anything back here? No. The collectibles will be often hidden in, like, places you wouldn't really think to look. I don't think any of them are that hard, except maybe a few close to the end. But yeah, they're often just hidden, like, on top of a wall that you wouldn't think you'd have to climb, or below a bridge or something. Like here, sunken scrolls. Those basically provide a little bit of lore for the world. There's a Sardinium and a sunken scroll in every stage. So yeah, 2 collectibles per stage, not bad. And yeah, this game kind of plays a lot like a platformer, but also a shooter. Before breaking those boxes, or I think actually if you get too close they break, you may as well just shoot that. Or maybe I was just wrong and you're supposed to shoot that and they caught it. You know, like what actually happened. I've actually played the story mode in this game for a while, which means it's such a great idea for me to go through this. Also, if you grab multiple pieces of armor, it'll start looking different. These are specials. You get the, they're the same as the ones in the single multiplayer, but through this you just have to pick them up in cans. Let's see. So this one drops a key, which unlocks this, which is another special. 10 again. Now we see that it has a limit of 5 enemies that it can lock onto, and we just shoot a whole bunch of them. And then we can finish up the rest. Oop. that. Oftentimes they'll give you multiple keys, and then you just can open all these. Like I said, they have collectibles sometimes, and then here we just go straight to the end. This is the Zapfish. Basically it's the goal for every stage. And with that, we've got our first sunken scroll and our first stage complete. A shockwave struck while one young lady was performing at a recent youth folk singing contest, doing damage to the venue. Fortunately, no one was injured. As you can see, that's Pearl from the news. Oh my god, I can't talk. But yes, one of the members of Off the Hook. Often the sunken scrolls will have lore about them, or just about Inklings in general, and it's actually pretty interesting stuff. Alright, level 2. Welcome to Octopia, the summer wind rises. I believe this stage gets into some of the gimmicks that they'll have. Right off the bat, a new enemy. I believe those are just called Octo Bombs. Yeah, it's not that creative, but who cares? Ah yes, sponges. These, you shoot them to make them grow. Enemy ink will shrink them, and you can use them as a shield or platform. Oftentimes you'll have to platform with enemies shooting at you, and it can get kind of annoying sometimes. But it's not that big a deal. Get one right away. Sometimes enemies will drop down like this. If you pop the balloons, they'll fall immediately, which can be useful. Can be a bad idea sometimes too, though. Alright, here. Just cross this gap. You can shoot through grates, but so can enemies. And they can also see you through grates. So sometimes there might be an enemy above you that you don't notice, but there is an audio cue when they see you. If you caught a glimpse of this, you'd know that there's something down here, and that is the sunken scroll stage. Right at the beginning, too. That, I believe, yeah. No, what that's for is you're supposed to be able to, oops, not that. You can hit him with that, but you can also hide in your ink and wait for him to come around. But now that we've blown up a shield with the blowfish, let's just kill him and let's just move on. Yep. Just go here. Alright, squeegees, these guys. They're the most annoying enemies sometimes, because basically what they do is they just clean up all your ink, but you can't hurt them. So, yeah, they're annoying sometimes. Let's go down here, or piece of armor. I know there's actually a very similar collectible in Splatoon 1, but if we do that, we can see there's something up there. Here, blow this up. You only get one power egg for all that. Now, to get up there, what you're supposed to do is just ink carefully and swim and don't hit that. And we've got our sardinium. And we can grab that, and then finally we can just go to the launch pad. Ah, first in splashdown. This is another special. Now what you're supposed to do here is wait for the right moment and boom. Need another one here. This one they're going to be a little farther apart, but you should still be able to hit at least most of them. Two of them survived. That, and then this launch pad opens up, and we can move on. I believe this is an example of a time when the enemy was going to be shooting at you while you're on the sponges, which can be annoying. But if you play it right, it won't be an issue. Alright, and let's just keep going straight on through. That is me as well, Octo. He basically throws platforms at you. Honestly, he's kind of easy to avoid. You might think he looks like a tough enemy, but he's really not. Blow up one of these, and boom. And we're already at the Zapfish. Once again, we've got all the stuff we need. Music heads are still buzzing off that legendary underground show 2 years ago. Anyone lucky enough to catch DJ Octavia's opening set and Squid Sisters headlining had their minds blown and their lives changed that night. This is a kind of a hint, is a reference towards the ending of the last game, and also a hint as to why Marina, who is actually an Octoling, isn't, well, like the rest of the Octolings that we see in the main game. Again, there's the DLC, but we'll get into that much, much later. And then the final level in this world is, let's just break this over here. Level 3. Sunset Octocopter. Dash and jump. Once again, more gimmicks. And I really like this stage. Just step on that dash track. Trust me on this. These things are cool. They just launch you forwards. And like they're used in some pretty cool and creative ways later in the game. Octocopters. Right. Let's wait until we see another one and then I can explain that. They're pretty simple. Boom. Okay, here we go. They can fly this time, but they're really easy to take out, and they just shoot some ink at you like most other enemies. Yeah, everything but the squeegee, I think. Wow, enemies shoot ink at you in the Splatoon game. Who would have thought anyways? Alright, let's go here. That. These things do a lot of damage. Like, they will break your armor instantly. That to here. Speaking of armor, here, and you can see that over there is our Sardinia. So make that jump. I don't trust myself to make the jump back though, so I'm just gonna go here. This because OCD, and let's keep going. Gotta time it so we don't get hit by that. And we're good. More armor. Boom. And then there's this. I think I can just break this. Yep. Now we got a time here. And we're good. And there's something over here. Let's go up. And it's our sunken scroll. Oh yeah, we saw grind rails a little while back. Those you can go in, they're like ink rails from the first game, except you move forward constantly, and you can stand up or go in your squid wall. Okay, this is Stingray. You can shoot through walls and stuff. It's pretty cool. Alright. And then let's just go here and wait for the enemies to spawn. Because, you know, that's what they do. Twinticle Octo Troopers have, like, they're generally the more strong version. And to take that one out, stuff appears. That's a common thing in this game. Like, defeat all the enemies and you either get to progress or just get bonuses of some kind. Pretty normal thing. And here, final checkpoint. We're on to the final stretch. Now what we gotta do here is wait for it and go. And with 420 power eggs, nice, we're done. Now there's just one more thing to do in this world. But first, our sunken scroll. Or not. I guess this is first. Okay, here. We're moving. Ammo Knights will be moving to a new location soon. Many thanks to our loyal customers for your support. That's actually because the only store that has the same shopkeeper in both Splatoon 1 and 2 is Ammo Knights, the weapon shop. Alright, let's see. Industrial Toast into the Octo Oven. Now we've got our first boss fight. So, all the boss fights have the same general structure, where there's this arena here, and one of these cutscenes happens. And we've got our first boss, the Octo Oven, 425 degrees of pain. There's so many bread puns that I'm not even bothered. So we've got to avoid that twice, and then, the third time, we can climb up. Once we get up here, we got to shoot this, and boom. Now we just gotta do that 2 more times. But this time it's got defenses. And these, which honestly aren't that much of a problem in this fight. I recommend shooting those when they stick out, which is kind of hard with this weapon, but it can make things easier. Boom, boom, and boom. Oh, a little early, but okay. Again, bread puns that I'm not going to acknowledge. Well, I kind of did, but that's besides the point. This time, it's got more defenses. And it's got that, which is kind of obnoxious, but honestly is not that bad at all. Being the first boss fight, it's pretty easy. That'll shoot out. This time it sweeps. I believe away from you every time. And boom. Climb up here, climb up here, and climb up here, and boom. This guy's toast. Oh crap, I acknowledged the pun. This game is rated E10+. Sardinium, and the bosses in this game actually don't have some control. Alright. Good work, Agent 4. I sure know how to pick him. Gotta hand it to the Octarians, though. I didn't expect them to have fully operational Octo bosses at their disposal. I think it's time to call in the big guns. Let's see here. Sheldon, can you hear me? Over. I hear you loud and clear, Marie. Over. Man, this is so cool. Ahem. Agent 4, I'm Sheldon from Ammonites, the only weapon shop in Inkopolis with over 542 million years of trusted service. That's right, stop by Ammonites in Inkopolis Square for all your weapon needs. Tell me Sheldon sent you. I actually never noticed that line. Marie told me everything. To think that my signature weapons can be of help to the new Squid Beak Splatoon. I'm honored. But I'm afraid I can't just let you treat my vast arsenal like an all-you-can-eat buffet. I do have a business to run, you know. So let's help each other out. I want you to help me test out some new weapons I'm currently developing. All I have to do is use them in real-world conditions. If you'll do that for me, I'll be able to gather all sorts of amazing data. That data will help me get the approvals I need to make retail versions of the weapons. And once the retail versions are out, you can use them in Turf War battles. It's a real win-win, don't you think? Oh yeah, and... Okay, down boy. I think Agent 4 gets the point. Let's get back to work, Agent 4. Stay fresh. So yes, starting with World 2, throughout the course of the story mode, we'll unlock more weapons. Good news, you can now use my Ammonites Enhancifier next to Cuttlefish Cabin. It's a top-of-line vending machine that can enhance your weapons and add bombs to your arsenal. Enhancifier doesn't take cash, it takes power eggs and sardinium instead. Let's actually go check that out right away. It's just over here. And with this, as long as you have enough power eggs and sardinium, you can upgrade your hero shot, your ink tank, and you can unlock two more types of bombs. I don't have enough power eggs for anything though. So, with World 1 completed, and World 2 unlocked, jump to Suction Cup Lookout. You can see it all the way over there, but because numbered series and I don't feel like recording more today, we'll do that in the next episode. See you guys then.